Hello everybody, and welcome back to Pravus Gaming with more Plague Inc. Evolved custom scenarios. Let's go back to the popular tab. I have found a scenario worth trying out, and this one caught my eye for kind of a funny reason, but let's take a quick look-see at it. It's called the Mermadic Plague. Not this one, though. It's easy to make this mistake, but this is not the one. Where is it? There it is. Rehydrated. So the reason this caught my attention is because both of them, back-to-back, the original Mermadic Plague by Chessburger4187 and his remake, Rehydrated, were right next to each other. Apparently he created the original back in March. This is the new one that was created in April, but they're both on the popular tab. Weirdly enough. So I thought we'd take a look at the remaked version here and just go for the best product that Chessburger4187 has to offer. This is a remake of my first scenario. It is mostly the same, just some differences and a little bit more mythologically correct. Mermaids are mythical creatures of half women and half fish. Mermaids have appeared in many countries' mythological folklore, first mentioned in Greek mythology known as sirens. The story: after a massive outbreak from the year before, the world finally... Oh, it's 2021. Okay, so 2020 was a rough start. This is going into 2021 where the world is re-picking back up after the horribleness that was 2020. After a massive outbreak from the year before, the world finally puts the historical event behind its back with an unnecessary apostrophe for possessives. Little did they know, a new mysterious plague is about to change history. On July 28th, 2021, a 24-year-old woman was enjoying her time on the island of Oia in Greece. I don't know where Oia is, but there it is. While walking near the coast, she hears a strange noise. She curiously walks around in search of the noise. She becomes so distracted by the noise, she feels like she needs to follow it, which I guess is a bit redundant. She's already kind of doing that. She ends tripping on a rock and flops on the ground. Someone notices her lifeless on the ground, so they take her away from the coast, calls emergency need, and she's rushed to the hospital. She wakes up the next day questioning why she's in the hospital. This is a bit wrong on here. Reported singing to herself. Beautiful, haunting like a siren. Did she turn into a mermaid? She might have turned into a mermaid. It only affects females for now. Mermen exists. Okay, he's a thing. It was shown in the news across the world. Unknown virus, not to worry. Panicking authorities were worried and investigations began in search for her, so the woman escaped. Okay, little did they know, this was the sign of a pandemic like none other. How will humanity react to this unknown plague where everyone sprouts fishtails? It's like a reverse Little Mermaid, where the mermaid wanted to become human, but this is a disease that basically is like Ursula and just takes the humans and turns them into mermaids. Maybe. I actually have no idea if it's going to turn them into mermaids, but I'll bet you it does. Bacteria type ATB boost, Darwinist, Oxygen, semifile, and symptostasis seems fine. MV21, and we are starting in Greece. Greece is in a fury. People across Greece are freaking out about a new disease spreading across the country. Authorities and the media attempt to calm them down by telling them there's nothing to worry about. Yeah, when the government tells me to keep calm, that definitely reassures me. They're totally not trying to keep things under control so they can continue to rake in my tax revenue. Absolutely not. One for the books. A major historical event is about to take place. How will this mythological virus change the world? Only time will tell. All right, so we're starting off in the Balkan states. Did I just hear the cure start already? I heard the sound effect for it, but it doesn't appear to have actually started. Okay, well, that's reassuring. Transmissions. Hello. We got a few options here. We have creeks. The virus is able to travel and spread via creeks, especially effective in the rural regions. Sewers. Survives in dirty water for the urban regions. Swamps. What are you doing in my swamp? Is good for the poor regions and also for Shrek. Insects, good for the hot climates. Birds, good for the land transmission. Sirens. The infected sing sirens to spread the virus via air. You mean infected sirens sing to spread the virus through the air, increasing air transmission. And of course, cruises. This actually makes perfect sense to me. Infected take cruise trips to spread the virus by long-distance ocean travel, increasing water transmission. Okay, so we have a lot of options there. Let's just take a quick look. Balkan is rural, wet, and cold. You know, given that it is a Mediterranean region, I would not have expected it to be cold, but I guess it is maybe because there's so many mountains and stuff up around, let's say, Bulgaria and Yugoslavia and such. Well, I guess it's not what it's called anymore, but you get the point. So water makes sense for me since it is a humid country. We probably also want to go for the creeks. Symptoms. Happiness boost. Infected act more positive than normal. I don't trust people that are positive for no apparent reason. We should shoot them all. Increasing infectivity. We also have seductive voices. Infected speak in seductive tones. They have like a certain smolder to them, you know? The males have smolder and the women have seductive tones. What defines the seductive tones? Don't ask me. I've tried to figure it out before and never actually succeeded. except once, and that's how I got married. I wasn't seductive then either, though, let's be honest. Abilities. We have our cold heat and drug resistance, also genetic hardening. Less dehydration. The virus builds a... I'm pretty sure my wife just, like, stifled a really sharp laugh in the other room, by the way. She did. Okay, I knew she heard something there. You're making fun of me, sweetheart. Less dehydration. The virus builds a moist structure on mermaid cells, which allows them to go longer without hydration. A moist structure on the mermaid cells, so better water retention, I guess. Increasing infectivity and land transmission. Question, how does this mermaid thing gonna work for a land transmission? You would think that that's gonna be a little difficult. All the very inland countries without any meaningful amount of water? A little bit tough. I would think the deserts in particular are gonna be really rough. Sure, we got creeks and rivers, but still. Environmental resilience, so it's bacterial type, that's normal. Siren infection, use it on a random human infected. Okay, so this is our free spore bursts, which are always tossed in just to give, you know, the game a little bit more easy mode. And distraction. Infected use scientists distract scientists. This is basically just another genetic rehardening? Or, so why even have this in the first place? You could just replace this. Whatever. All right, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. For transmissions, we're going to go ahead and pick up the creeks for the world transmission, speed things up in the Balkan states. Not a wealthy country, but not a poor country either. I imagine we'll get into Turkey pretty quickly, so more world transmissions still makes sense to me. Maybe we should go for the rivers. Sure, I think that should be fine. We are getting very close, starting off very close to a lot of wealthy countries, though, in Central Europe and beyond, so we are going to need to get our drug resistance a little bit earlier. Hey, we evolved the seductive voice. All right, now we have a seductive voice. See, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just telling you. It doesn't, no, I don't know how to do that. Let's go for the... As much as I want to grab this, let's hold off for a little bit. We don't have enough DNA to pick up anything that matters. We did get into Anatolia. There we go. Let's go for drug resistance so we can spread faster in Europe once we do get in there, which should be pretty soon. And what else are we going to do? I mean, starting off in the Balkan states is a little bit rough because it doesn't have any airports or seaports, so we can't get out of here very quickly. We have to rely on that land transmission. I guess increasing our land transmission could certainly be helpful. We did get love. Infected start acting more romantic than normal. You know, mermaids, you may think that they're supposed to be romantic. Thank you, Disney. Pretty sure that mermaids, like, eat your flesh. Okay? That's what it comes from originally. It's the sirens and other things that would, like, try to lure sailors into the water and it would devour them alive. Mermaids are terrifying. Actually, you know what? Forget Disney. Thank you, Hans Christian Andersen, for giving us false information, fake news about mermaids. Now everyone thinks that mermaids are cool. I see, like, little girls that want to be mermaids, or they hire those, like, costumers to their birthday parties that are, like, professional mermaids, women who have, like, these really expensive mermaid tail costumes, and they pretend to be a mermaid for little girls. Yeah, that's not cool, dude. That's like inviting a zombie thinking it's cute, okay? It's not how it works. Mermaids are freaking terrifying. And if they existed, we should hunt them into extinction. Just saying. We did get adoration. Infected fall in love with humans, so much that people get more concerned, increasing infectivity and severity. Okay, maybe this is going to go in a good direction. Devotion. They spend their lives obsessing over humans. Wait, the infected do? Because if the humans obsessed over the mermaids, that would make some sense. But if the sirens are infected and obsessing over humans, this is going to go down a Little Mermaid route, which I don't approve of. Oh, whatever. We did get into Scandinavia. Okay, Scandinavian mermaids, you know, the Viking mermaids, the most horrifying thing you can imagine. Actually, I wonder if Scandinavian folklore has anything close to that. I'll bet you they do. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Poor countries could be an option for me. I think we're going to go for the sirens for the air transmission just to help me get around in the arid regions, because so far we are struggling there quite a bit. This is going to be a very slow scenario. I already can tell. We are not getting around very quickly at all. Not even a little bit. Would love to get water level 2. That needs 20 DNA points. Come on, one more bubble should do the job. Thank you. Ah! I rolled the dice. It was like a 50-50 chance. It was not enough. We got into Sweden, though. Thank you, cruises. Viking River Cruises, take me to victory! I would like to go on a Viking River cruise someday. Not a sponsor, but I would like to go on one. I hear that they are one of the better versions. Run! Infected are in love with humans so much, some healthy humans run away to find places to hide. Oh, just embrace it. It's fine. Y'all know you'll love it. Let's see. We want to go for probably some heat resistance since we're a little slow there, and I guess I could go for environmental resilience, but I don't think we need to do that. Yeah, everything's a little bit more expensive than I would have expected. We're not getting a lot of help with these transmissions. Definitely need to spread faster in places like Africa, though. Let's go for the swamps for the poor regions. We should be spreading A-OK in Europe for the most part. We haven't hit critical mass there yet, but it shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to go for some insects for more heat transmission specifically, so now we have poor and hot transmission. That should get me around through most of South America and in Africa and Southeast Asia. Beyond that, do we go for Sirens level 2? More air transmission? I'm not sure about that. I think we go for another level of drug resistance so we spread faster in, let's say, Canada and the USA and try to get into the Caribbean. Then we go for another level of heat resistance. And boom, that should be enough resistances to carry me to the rest of the game. Now we should have to worry about our symptoms. But we've been mutating fairly well so far. No lethality up to this point, though. Majestic eyes, decreasing future research speed. All right, and hair. Infected's hair color changes in color and size when they are submerged in water. Oh, this is like one of those cheap children's toys, you know? It's like, oh, she changes her hair color underwater. Yay, Barbie. This is basically what that is. Unnatural hair colors. Oh, sorry, unnatural hair colors. People have started to develop new hairstyles and colors whenever the person submerges in water. Scientists become more concerned about these strange concurrences. If I were a doctor, I'd be very concerned. I would just now start to be a little bit like, huh, that's weird, but it's probably harmless. The human body can do all sorts of weird things that we've never documented before. No, I'd be like, what the crud is going on? Send them to the hospital, keep them quarantined. This could be terrible. Either that or we're having a weird allergic reaction to chlorine. Aquatic Obsession. Infected participate in aquatic activities, more often increasing infectivity but also severity, and that leads to body morph. Wait, is this going to become almost like a necrovirus? Can't. Those mechanics can't be enabled, can they? Infected body begins to morph into a more attractive body shapes, increasing infectivity but also severity due to concerns. Form scientists. Yep, alright, sure, why not? More attractive shapes, huh? You guys think that those fishtails are more attractive? Because I don't, personally. I think they're freaking weird, dude. I don't think that's... Oh, we just morphed whether I like it or not. Okay, that's a thing now. Yeah, I don't think that's attractive. I don't know why people are so enticed by this, but they are. Tails! Infected now form a fishtail on their lower bodies when submerged in water. They get out of the water and they have human legs. We're Transformers! Heavily increases infectivity for excitement, missing an E there, but also severity due to panic. Yeah, dude, if I wanted to take a little dip in the water and all of a sudden it turned into a frickin' fishtail, I'd freak the heck out. Ugh. Mermaids discovered. Recent discoveries of mermaids have made humans excited. However, scientists have discovered that some mermaids, after studying them, had the virus that caused DNA modifications' supernatural powers in infected humans. Okay, well, right now we're only missing Madagascar. It is the only place that is free from the horror that is a mermaid. Scientists, this is a consistent issue. This is not how you spell scientist, by the way. The E here is supposed to be an I, just FYI. And the NOAA, what the crud is the NOAA, have teamed up to raise a massive propaganda stating mermaids can't be trusted, along with the virus. Here. From mythology to the data, some cuntires and its unnecessary apostrophe citizens have begin to panic for the development of a cure. We need a little bit of Grammarly in this scenario, I'm just saying. A little bit of Grammarly would probably go pretty well. Let's go for mermaidic behaviors. We have gotten into every country at this point, so I think it's time to start looking for lethality. We have Mischief. Mischief? All right, I guess it's not our cook in the restaurant. I don't know. I think it's supposed to be Mischief. Mermaids began to harass humans by splashing water at them or producing sirens near massive boats to confuse humans. Yep, a little bit of water splashing like kids in the pool. That's terrible. Let's go for it. Then we have drowning. Here we go. This is what I like to see. Mermaids use their siren powers to lure humans to them and drown them. Can be fatal as some humans are a bit smarter. Can be fatal? Can be fatal. Okay, sure. I would think that this is a little bit more severe than this, but here we go. Thunderstorms. Mermaids summon massive storms of thunderstorms to hurricanes. Okay, very lethal. Apparently far more effective than drowning. Who knew? Shipwrecks. Cause shipwrecks with cargo and cruise ships. Highly lethal. Very lethal. No kidding. All right. We can go for this next. I think I'll hold off. That's a little bit too much lethality. Let's take this route here. Charisma. Mermaids attempt to chat with humans and be friendly. Reduces infectivity and severity slightly. Then we have emotion control. Mermaids learn how to control their romantic emotions because before they were just raging hormones and nothing else. Humans start to feel more nightmare table with them. Reduces severity. Okay. Then we have siren lullabies. Use their siren powers to calm humans from stress and anxiety, reducing severity. And then they kill them all. That's how it should work. Healing powers. No. This is reducing severity, but it better not reduce lethality. I don't want these guys getting to live any longer. I want them all to die. Reports of drowning across the globe. Yep, there you go. So we're waiting for Mexico, weirdly enough, and Madagascar to pick up their lethality a little bit. Let's go for some bacterial resilience. Less dehydration won't do me a lot of good at this point, and I don't think we need distraction. What's this again? Male infection? The virus now affects males. The transformation takes more time, but merman are now a thing. They always were in that mythology. You just assumed they were always female? Actually, maybe they were. Wait, the original Greek sirens, were there ever male versions of that? I have no idea, now that I think about it. It could be. Heavily increases infectivity, but also severity due to panic from the males, because male mer-people are significantly more terrifying than female mer-people. I think that you guys were just getting distracted over the wrong things. You know what? I was going to go in a different direction with that joke, and I changed my mind. Shipwrecks cause panic. Okay, good. Let's go for tsunamis. I like tsunamis. Mermaids get together to summon massive tsunamis that are able to take out cities in minutes. Incredibly lethal. Well, let's take a quick look. We got into max infectivity in Madagascar, so at this point, I see no reason why not. Let's go for it. I'll also go for healing powers. We're going to heal you just so we can kill you again, because that's fun. And then we have peace. Humans start to discuss, misspelled, about coexistence with mermaids. A decision is made to make peace with mermaids, heavily reduces severity and slows down the cure. I'll slow down the cure, but it is not a win condition. We're still planning on killing you all right? Mermaids are accepted. Wait, please kill them all. Tell me this wasn't secretly a win condition. After some careful consideration, humans finally accept mermaids. Cheers of joy as mermaids are legally allowed to roam the land. How? How will they roam the land? A new era of joy has been born. The pandemic comes to a halt, as it will go down as the most influential event in human history. I think it was a win condition. Dang it all. Aw, we only killed like 1 billion people. Alright, well, everyone's now a mer person, and they can choose to go in the water, and they can choose to go on land. I mean, there are no rules. They can do whatever the heck they want. There you go, they're mer people. 517 days, 45% cure progress, 45,630 points, and 2 stars overall. Bit of a slow start because starting in the Balkans is rough. You have the wealthy countries, so you won't spread very fast in the northwest, and you can go to the north, to the southeast through Turkey, but again, no ports or airports for a while, so one of the worst countries in the game that you can start with, I think. Regardless, we still made it work. Overall, it's got plenty of customization. I rag on it because mermaids, they just make me, they make me sick. But beyond that, it's actually a fine scenario. Just could really use a bit more spell check and also some, sentence structuring and stuff. But again, who knows? Maybe, not again, I didn't say this the first time, but maybe this is not, English is not the first language. I have no idea. I don't want to assume. I think it was a pretty good scenario overall. I have no idea how it compares to the first version. I'm just going to assume that this one is better. Not bad. I think it deserves more than 3 stars. At least 4 would be fine. All right, well, that was certainly fun. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. I am going to be taking a bit of a break from Plague Inc. and starting up something new. Haven't decided what that's going to be. I will, of course, be coming back to Plague Inc. in the future, so as you guys create new scenarios, I would love to see them. By all means, send me your Steam link in a Discord message, and I would be happy to take a look when I do come back. Again, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hit that like button if you did. Leave a comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notify bell for my future content, and I will see you guys next time.